this week's always big when you talk about seniors and their last opportunity to play here at Camp Randall. And I think it's special for all players as they finish their career and for that matter, for their families. And yet I think it's, Camp Randall's a pretty neat place to play. And for this group of seniors and what they've done collectively and I think individually, it's worth celebrating. And I'll tell the kids this, and they need to enjoy every bit of it. And the best way to remember this game is by playing well, and they'll do that. That's one thing that this group has is a focus about this team and being the best we can. But it's a big week. Looking forward to it.
A number of seniors contribute in meaningful ways, but what will you remember most about Caputo and what he has done for this defense?
I feel fortunate that with Mike was here when he was a freshman, and he certainly contributed a ton to the defense, to the teams that he's been a part of. But what's neat is, and that's what you're appreciative, or I'm appreciative as a coach, to be around this group. I didn't know Joe Schobert before this year, and Darius I did know about. There's groups where you're just proud of the way that they went through it and who they've matured into being, and so I think Mike's. Getting back to the question about Mike, there's no doubt he's been a part of really good defenses here at Wisconsin. But the greatest thing is who he's been as a teammate and what other guys that he's played with think of him. I think that might be the greatest compliment, is just the respect that he has. And I think he earned it, but he also earned it by giving of himself. And I think there's a guy and I think a lot of the players would fall into this category of they gave it their all. And that's pretty big time.
Having been around with the head coach or as a coordinator so many different senior days, what's the key or the challenge for the players especially to deal with the emotions and the focus on the game as well?
I don't know if it's right, but I believe that the best way to approach it is to embrace it all. And there should be emotion. And yet I think that it's an interesting way that we do it, and it's before the game. And but I think you just got to be in the moment and embrace the moments. And you've got a couple different ones going on, pre-game and getting ready for the game, and then you got you see your families, and there's a moment to you can reflect later. I think it's being understanding what you're doing there, and I think for a player it's saying thank you to your family. It kind of marks it, and it's certainly important to us as a program and to the fans, I think, to acknowledge and appreciate all they've done, and then you get to go play. And I still think that the best thing you can do as a player is focus on the game, because that's the memory. That's really what it's all about. And you can reflect. Heck, you can reflect for 50 years, 60 years, whatever that is. You got time to do that later, but I think you got to be in the moment, enjoy it. But I think it's the beautiful thing is it's still all about the game.